I've never been badass motherfucker. This is RawLA kid.
All right, here we go.
Chico DeVille.
We're live with Lord BAMF, aka 0 Hour, aka Jimmy Rocket, aka What's Poppin' with James Papadopoulos, aka Sabbath, and all these other names that were given to me from back in the day to now to whatever. And with a very special guest,
AKA, my name is RawLA, AKA Freddie Gives, because I give a lot, don't take much. AKA Gordito, because I'm part of the dialogues. AKA Los Freddies, because there's multitudes of us.
Los Freddies.
AKA Uncle Al, because, you know, we all like to pour a little something out for everybody. So here we go. Let's go, Chico.
All right, here we go. So we're going to pop one open real quick. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Sponsored by?
No sponsor today. No sponsor right now. We don't have a sponsor with these guys.
No.
But it's a good beer, though.
Unnamed. Unanimous.
Yeah. All right, then. What are we going to call this one?
I think we had a couple of different topics at a family function earlier, but
a very great family function.
A family tree, if you can. But let's stick with it. You know, family trees. You know,
family trees,
and not the kind you smoke, but
well, maybe even some of those. I mean, we might go there.
Yeah,
we might touch into that.
Yeah, but you know, we're I think 0 Hour and RawLA at some point years back thought, hey, you know, in a half-baked idea in many senses, thought, what if there was how do we conceptualize our last names? You know, Santos and Morales and the Moral Saints.
The Moral Saints. That's just something that came together maybe after a few drinks, maybe, I don't know, I don't remember, but you know, it's kind of like your mom's name, Sally, and then the last name, and we converted it to what would be English, Sally Fields. Sally Fields,
right,
and then there's Mary Fields, and then Idalia Fields, and so forth and so on.
And for the uninitiated, or those that don't bother to look things up, but Fields in Spanish is what?
Campos. Right.
Anyways, continue.
The Campos, and then there's on my side, the Santos. So it would be the Saintly Fields.
Yeah.
Which, if someone were to take it even further, then it would be maybe even a graveyard, which at one time someone said, oh, Jim Graves. And I was like, well, Jim Graves does sound cool. But there was already like several Jim Graves out there, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to.
Right.
It's garbage.
You know, we're talking about like family, extended family, kin, names. You know, you are, you know, your name is part of royalty. Think of Jaime, think of Jimmy, think of all the Jims. And we've talked about this before, but, you know, like, you know, who is in your top 3 Jims?
Oh, man, my top 3 Jims? Come on, man.
Come on.
Well, first of all, my number 1 is Jim Morrison, the mystic poet of the great band, The Doors. The second one would probably be maybe Jimmy Page. No, Jimi Hendrix, yeah? How can I miss that? Mm-hmm. Jimi Hendrix, and then the third one, Jimmy Page. Yeah, just as a great guitarist, but that's about it.
Yeah, man. Off that note, well, you know, I don't meet too many Alfredos.
Alfredo, what else?
I go by Fred. You know,
Fred,
I think
Al,
it's
when I hear Al, let me tell you something. When I hear Al, there's only one Al that comes in. Al Bundy.
Mr. 4 touchdowns, poke
high, karate chop to the Adam's apple type thing. And even then, he was a legend, man.
And the funny thing is,
or he is.
he is. The funny thing about Ed O'Neill, the actor,
Right,
that
Ed O'Neill.
portrayed,
Yeah.
he's actually like a black belt in Taekwondo.
I didn't know that. What?
Yeah, well decorated, very established.
Listen up, people.
So he for the longest time portrayed this like real life Homer Simpson.
That's
before
exact.
the Simpsons.
That's exactly what it was, like a real life Homer Simpson. Because he even had the look, the white shirt. He had always like brown pants, right?
That defeated I'm home with my wife and my kids, but in real life he's a very well decorated man, like a man of layers, a thespian, a man of multitudes. So shout out to Ed O'Neill when you listen to this, actually.
Ed O'Neill, listen up. All right, let's make it happen. Yeah.
For those that don't know, I'm running off 4 hours of sleep, and
But that's show business. You gotta travel from town because RawLA just came in from LA into Arizona, which we're based in. All the Arizonian freaks out there. He just strolled in, this motherfucker.
all the rattlesnakes.
All the rattlesnakes up in here. He just came in here. He's been coming in here drinking, and we just move on.
Yeah.
We make room for you.
Yeah.
Anyone, all you 800 and whatever that are listening.
Nah. Amendment 1,000 by the time this shit comes out.
Hell yeah, we're gonna hit 1,000.
Can we cuss on this?
Yeah, we can cuss on this. This is uncensored.
Listen, motherfuckers. By New Year 2024, I want to hear 1,000 of you motherfuckers on this. So just putting that out there. You gotta manifest. You need to manifest your blessings.
No, because so we get information, right? Like all the analytics and all that, and there's a ton of people, a ton of people listening, but they don't subscribe, they don't like.
Stop being bitches.
Just hit that subscribe button.
Like,
subscribe. It ain't gonna hurt.
Tickle my cousin's fancy.
Yes.
Take it however you want, but just hit the like. It's not gonna cost you $1, baby.
That's true. It's not gonna cost you anything. Just have a beer, hit the subscribe button, take a swig, hit the like button, take another swig. No, take a shot and then hit the share button.
Take a puff, whatever.
Take a puff and relax. Yeah.
So speaking of trees,
trees,
family trees. I think, your older brother, who's gonna make a special guest appearance at some point. the jester, Mr. Krebs. At some point, whenever he said first,
I'll be on your 100th episode. Then I'll be on in your 1,000th episode. Then I'll be on when you hit 1 million.
10,000. Yeah.
10,000. And it's like, so he'll be on here eventually.
I'll see you at the Grammys.
Oh, for real. When we already hit the peak.
But family trees, man, I think you brought up a really good point in regards to, I consider you a brother because we're 4 or 5 years apart.
Yeah, there's family and then there's like cousins and all that. But then there's that, what would you say? Like rare moments where you actually grow up together. Where it's like, oh yeah, my cousin, and he lives somewhere else, and I would see him eventually, but yeah. And then there's those that you grow up with.
Yeah, grew up highs and lows, arms behind your back, tied to a chair, allegedly.
It's all, yeah.
And you build character, and not gonna shit you or anybody out there in YouTube land.
On YouTube land. That's what everyone says, YouTube land. So yeah.
But I was actually on a date on Wednesday with this incredible woman. And
all right, hold on. Is this like a an official story. Here we go. It's gonna get saucy, people. Get up
It's,
close to the mic, speak up loud, and listen up. Here we go.
and, and we talk about families, and I think in particular Black and Latino families or immigrant families for whatever
Right.
reason.
Yeah.
We try to conceal dysfunction for whatever, for better or for worse, and it's just part of like, well, you have to elevate, you have to be
Better.
better.
Yeah.
But one of the dopest things about that was that on this date, you know, there was this understanding of like, oh yeah, like off rip, like you don't have to hide anything. I know your family's dysfunctional, you don't get along with certain people. You might have greater rapport with certain people in your family or cousins or whatever, whoop de whoop. And I think it's the older we get, like everybody's always looked at me as like the glue. I always try to check in on people for better or for worse. But even then, not every plant is supposed to be watered, and you make do. And I think one of the things that I like about how I engage my family is I'm gonna make an effort. Like, yo, what's up? Like, you good? You want to go have a drink? You want to talk? Whatever. You want to talk some shit? And um, to that point, sometimes people grow apart, and you have to be okay with that shit. So, anyways,
That makes sense, but how? Well, I mean, how did this date end, or what?
shit, man.
Was she cool with it? Was she like, man,
Yeah.
fuck you, or whatever?
Nah. It was very. I think, shit. Now we're going into like dating advice. Goddamn. So
Well, this was your story, man.
yeah, fair warning to everybody. Like, don't try this at home. Don't do this, kids. Whatever, under 18, whoop de whoop. Don't listen to whatever we're doing and take it to heart. Disclaimer.
Or listen to it and learn from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nah, man. I think it's
No names, just a story.
it was well taken. It's at a certain point where I'm dealing with an actual adult woman, regardless of her age or my age, and just having an understanding, like you're dope, I'm cool, I'm doing my thing, but I appreciate this candor and this attention and the effort in trying to like, hey, this guy's actually trying to woo me. Like a lot of motherfuckers now in day and age with social media, a lot of younger kids. So for the younger dudes, man, like put some effort in.
Well, yeah, a lot of them are like fake either, right?
Yeah.
Because you see a picture and it's like, oh, that's not you. Or you meet the person, it's like, you look completely different from what that picture was on. So I'm pretty sure it's like vice versa from a guy to a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so put some effort into whatever you're doing. You're trying to woo somebody. You're trying to get that promotion, that job. Just put some elbow grease, put some effort in. And so to answer your question, the date ended great. We're taking things slow, and she was very intentional in saying, we like you. You're dope. Let's, this is where I'm at right now. Like, let's just take it chill. But I like spending time with you.
Yeah.
And let's keep building on this. And so, key word of the day is foundation. Whatever you're doing, foundation. Build the foundation with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to family trees.
Back to family trees. We got something coming up in September of 2024 where myself, I'm pretty much locked into it, and I have to commit. And I want to commit too, because it's just, why not? It's family, and Uh, I haven't been there in years, and yeah, I gotta commit.
We gotta get Chico on the charter. Chico
Yeah,
on the charter. That's what we're gonna call it. Chico on the charter.
Chico on the charter, and hopefully things go well, where it can be like what is it called? Like a portable show, right?
Yeah,
Take the show on the road, take the podcast on the road, record on the road, whatever's happening, just throw it out there.
yeah. So for my Guadalajara guapas, Chico de Bill is available.
Oh, that's
Zero,
true.
zero, zero, zero. 0 hour.
Hold on, hold on. Say that all over again. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2.
For my Guadalajara guapas. Chico de Bill, 0 hour is single. Soltero como la cartera.
Sí, sí,
Chicas.
sí.
Tírale.
Yeah, we're gonna be out there.
Where we going?
Are you really going for real or what? What's the word? How do you feel it? Like, yeah, it's gonna happen, or you're just like,
I'm going back to, well, if by the time this comes out, if my girlfriend then hears this, this is just for entertainment purposes, but I'm going out there to sow my seed. So,
well, this is always for entertainment purposes, but sowing some seeds, it's not gonna hurt anyone. At least I don't think it will.
no, not. And but to answer your question, it'll be dope to back to family trees to meet.
To go
Uh,
to go even like further, right?
so the context of this is, my dad is from Guadalajara,
That's true. Yeah.
but his side is Morales, and my dad doesn't have. He has maybe a couple of like tios out there in Guadalajara,
Yeah.
um, but his family is like here,
Yeah. Most of them, right?
Washington State,
They got a
California,
they got
LA.
a they got a band together and
Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
yeah. But it would be dope to go back to Guadalajara with extended family and actually get to enjoy Guadalajara or Jalisco for that matter
Together, because then the plan is
through
is
through a family, through the lens of like with family.
right. Because the plan is like they did it before. Excuse me. Is to rent a big old Airbnb where we're all just shoved in there, but then we're not shoved in there because it's big enough to house everyone comfortably.
Yep.
Yeah. So that'll be good. And any of you ladies out there in Guadalajara listening, Lord BAMF is coming down. I'm gonna make it. I'll be out there. You can yeah.
The Guadalajara guapas. Come on.
How
You
many
know.
of you out there? Let's comment, like, subscribe, hit it up. Vámonos.
Yeah. Vámonos, Jimmy. And so, yeah, man, to that point, it'll be dope to be out there. And to answer your question, like, it's any excuse for me to go out and experience things, connect with family, extended family, because, you know, um, back to the family tree. I'm about to hit 40. And so it's like, shit, halftime. If you're lucky, that's halftime in your life. And so I think for me, at least, I prioritize certain things, certain elements. Um, I say no to more things, and whenever I can carve time aside and just hang out with family on either side of my family, because I'm blessed to be close to both the Campos and the Morales and the Santos. Then you have to make the most of that because it's circle of life, man. You got to make do.
Well, then it gets too late, and then what do you do when it gets too late?
Well, you can't regret it. You got to just
You
keep it
gotta
moving.
you gotta just keep moving. Accept your invitations. Get in with the fam, with the friends, and you know keep that family tree up.
Keep that same energy. Especially, so family trees. Let's see.
That's where we're at.
Where we're at, family trees.
Hopefully, this expands to further, like September is a quinceañera
Oh shit.
in Jalisco. Hopefully, as we move on, then it expands to like something else in Durango, or
Oh shit. I gotta drop. Drop your special sound effects real quick. I gotta drop my little sound bar.
what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? You need some audience?
Some echo, echo, echo. No, echo.
You
Nah,
want
that's not the.
to take it all the way? Here we go.
Here we go. So, Jalisco, 9 months for me and my brother Akin to drop our 9 month. I mean, 9 plus 9 is 18, baby. Come on.
We're gonna bust that. We're gonna bust that.
And so, for the uninitiated, it's like December 30th, last day of the year before
Oh yeah,
my nephew gets married.
that's right.
And
We
so,
got old Junior getting married. Talk about family tree, huh?
what a family tree. I never thought I would see a child that I remember holding as what I thought as an adult
A
when I was
child
in my hands, and now getting married,
getting married.
spreading his seed.
The day after tomorrow.
Yeah. So it
And
was fitting for him to like do it on New Year's Eve, I guess.
well, you got New Year's, and then you're parting into January 1st, and you got a wedding, and yeah.
Yeah, knew him, new life, but it's. I actually had a little bone to pick with him. I was like, this little jerk. No offense, but I was 4 months ago. I was like, yo, like, what if I had to work on New Year's Eve? What if I had, me and wifey trying to go somewhere, and what if I had to go, make some cake, make some paper? But all that, truth be told, like, it's been dope that he, by virtue of him, he got
Yeah.
family from Jalisco, from California, from everywhere, from Barria, low key. There's like a mutual friend between you and my mom and your mom that is here,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what it's about. Family business.
It's the support, the backup, and it goes down to that family tree. Yeah, because everyone has like, hey man, what if I made plans for New Year's? Or
but honestly, like, I would have canceled those plans to come support my nephew. End of the day,
old nephew
old nephew, Junior, Jr.
JR Junior, Mr. Chizo.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be a good time because once again we got everyone in.
you got the
In
raw.
fact, while we're recording this, everyone that's listening, it's 12:40
a.m.
in the a.m. So yeah, we're rocking and rolling. People roll in. Go ahead.
A.m. aka the Alfred Morales time.
Alfred Morales time. That's right. RawLA don't fall back. He's rolling deep, and we gotta get up early. Help them set up. I mean,
Big Unc Theo energy.
all the unks, everybody. And there's another one cracked open right there. There's a cold one for you to listen to that. Let's hear him take a swig. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not fucking around. It's 1 a.m.
It's 1 a.m. We're fucking drinking like dang fish. Because that's how we do it. This is the show. There's nothing uncensored. Anybody wants to say, oh, you guys don't. Shut up. Don't listen then. Go listen to something else.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah. Or punk. But anyway, yeah, we got to do things. We got a lot of stuff happening. And
even then, we're still here recording.
Still here pumping stuff out for everyone that wants to listen.
Pause.
Yeah.
Stop. Pumping.
And that's actually going to be fun. I look forward to that, seeing what he needs to get done tomorrow or later on today, at least.
It's hilarious to see a nephew try to family trees.
Family tree.
Our brother in arms, that just saying, what the fuck did my son hit me up about needing help? And it's like, bro, that's rule number one. He wants to show you that he's got it.
Yeah.
He wants to like,
Yeah.
Dad, I don't need you right now. And if that isn't like a Latino slash, black POC son, like, I got it, Dad, I got it. I don't need your help. But,
Yeah.
what is Jessica going to do tomorrow? Swing by and like, no, you need help, motherfucker.
We're bringing in the freaking
Reinforcements.
Yeah, the cavalry's coming in with the bugles. Yeah, we're all rolling in, and hopefully it's some relief. Like, hey, you know what? All right, I got some help, and it ain't from punks. It's from legends.
Legends in the game. 0 hour.
Legends in the game, because we helped out many, and so yeah.
Speaking of that, family tree, remember that quinceañera?
Uh,
The infamous.
The infamous quinceañera that
You know.
RawLA just says it, and I already know. He doesn't have to.
Talk about family tree. Talk about that. So let's pour one out for Tío Pep.
Tío Pepe.
We gotta clean.
As what I consider the wild gunman of the family.
Brrrah. Gave no shits.
He gave no shit.
Negative shit.
He could smell if you're fake right off the back and start blasting you.
He in Spanish. Yeah, this person's a bitch.
Yep.
Fake punk.
And he was quick with it. Like, he was in no
Gave no fucks.
Yeah, no. Well, not only that, he wouldn't hold back. Like, it was all quick, like quick draw. This guy's a bitch, or this person's a bitch, and it was like, damn, I don't even know him, but you know what? You're right.
It's like, and he would always do like that, the finger to the eye, like, mijo, like, ponte colmo, like, heads up, like, head on the swivel.
He would notify us out on the field, on the dance floor, like, watch out for this fool.
Watch out, or this, or whoever.
Whoever it was, yeah.
Head on the swivel. So yeah, that infamous quinceañera, man.
Mm-hmm.
What do you talk about it? Talk about it, Jim.
He came in. Well, no, we both came in, and actually, so here's what happened. Here's the full story if nobody knows it. It was your cousin's quinceañera. We're not gonna give a name because we don't have permission. So it was your cousin's, RawLA's cousin's quinceañera.
Redacted.
Yeah. And I remember I wanted to go, but for some reason I stayed back, and he stayed back with me. And I was drinking at that time. They were huge and they were big, and they were it was wine called Wild Vines. And they were these huge bottles, and I would be drinking them. And I remember I drank like 3, and then he was out there drinking Bud Light. Never mind. I can't remember what he was drinking. But he was drinking, and then he came up to me and goes, hey, so where's this party at, or what's going on, or what's happening? And I was like, well, it's down the street at this church. And he was like, can we walk there? And it's like, yeah, we can walk there. And he goes, well, help me pick something out so I can wear. And I remember we went into your dad's closet, and he pulled out this like small leather vest with rattlesnakes on it. And I remember I was like, here, put this on, and then put this cap on. And he looked like a badass. Like, I was like, hell yeah. And as we're walking down to that quinceañera at this church, he says, no, we got to stop and get some beer. And I was like, all right, well, we stopped at this like liquor store on our way down there. And it was like a 24-pack. No, it was 2 24-packs because he had one in each hand. And I was like, dang, well, I think they're going to have alcohol there. And he goes, it don't matter. This is our alcohol. So anyway, we get there. And I remember as soon as we walked through the door, everybody like stopped and turned to look at us. And that was like the coolest thing, man.
It was like the break the glass.
It was it was like we walked into a saloon and everyone looked at us and it was like, oh shit, here's these motherfuckers. And then I remember we went off to our seats, and that That's about it. He was like, he started blasting everybody. He was like, look, that person over there is a bitch. That person's over there is a bitch. That person's over there is a bitch. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So
Yeah.
that was awesome. So
Unk.
here's to him,
Unk Pep.
Uncle Pepe, a
Yeah.
big swig.
Big swig for that. You know, he was
He was definitely unique,
for the
definitely rare.
rare, and I think he was like our definition of an uncle. Like, yeah,
He's the one that
he's a little unhinged,
unhinged. Yeah,
but at the core, he loved all of us.
everyone and
He loved his family, his nephews,
the
nieces.
fam. Yeah.
He would pull out a switchblade.
He would pull out a switchblade if anyone messed with us. Yeah. He was quick to like, no, don't fuck with my family, Yeah, I remember that. And
Yeah.
and then he upgraded from like a switchblade to an actual like a big ass Bowie knife. I remember. Do you remember that? It was like gold. It was like gold plated, and it was a big ass fucking thing.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was like, damn, man, what the hell are you gonna do? Calm down. I was like, nah.
One time he was like, so Fred, like, or Mijo, I don't see scars on you. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, you don't get into fights. I'm like, no, not willingly. He's like, are you a pussy?
Hell yeah, man.
It was a literal quote. Like, yo, are you? I'm like, nah, I don't look for trouble, Theo, but when it gets down to it, hey, what's up? He's like, all right, well, punch me. And mind you, he was sober. I'm like, I'm not gonna punch you, dude. He was like, if you don't punch me, then I think you're a bitch. I was like, Theo, I'm not falling for this shit.
Yeah.
And so eventually he was like, well, pick me up. Try to pick me up. And mind you, I was, this is high school, college, like 230. I'm 230. He would have been, what, like 160?
160. Yeah,
150?
Around there.
I'm like, all right, motherfucker. And like, now I'm like, all right, now you're annoying me. Like,
I'm gonna pick you up.
I'm gonna pick you up. I try to pick him up. Hard as a boulder. Hard as a rock.
Mm.
And so, yeah, one of a kind. One of a kind. One of one.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was just testing you, because if you would have tried to slap me, I would have beat the shit out of you, motherfucker.
The tests,
Yeah.
Some people don't have any of that, and
he was like, here's $50, mijo.
Yeah.
For what? Here you go. Just because, buy yourself something. Buy your girlfriend a fucking drink, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Have a drink and relax. Yeah, he was definitely somewhere above everyone else that was like outside of the family and around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Family trees, man.
Family trees, everybody. If you have somebody there, embrace them and hang out with them, and everything you got to do. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you might regret it later.
Most importantly, talk shit.
Yeah, talk shit to one another. Like, hey, man,
fuck you.
What's going on here?
Fuck you. And
eat ass.
I mean, that's a compliment to some of us.
That's true. Yeah.
Come on, Jim. Gladly. But yeah.
Family tree.
Family trees. I think of speaking of that, let's see. I'm gonna go with this too. Yeah. Our Tio Toño too, him.
That's another one, yeah.
Tio Toño, he was the antithesis. He was the They were like Luke and
Luke and Leia, but like both males.
very opposite
Yeah.
personalities.
Hmm.
Opposite personalities. But even then, Tio Toño would drop gems.
Oh yeah, he would drop big old knowledge bombs, man.
Just very, very subdued. Very subdued. Very. Mijo, no le creas a todas lo que dicen todas.
Yeah.
And I'm going to repeat it because I felt that was like too subtle. Like,
It's too low.
don't believe what everybody tells you. But in a very subdued, very tone. I never saw him mad ever. At least I never saw him.
Yeah, I never saw him mad either. Yeah.
Never pissed, never throwing a fit. But I feel
Yeah.
like, I think our mothers would agree. Like, I wish I would have saw him
Pissed.
pissed, dropping f bombs. Like,
Yeah.
fuck this, fuck that. And but for them to be brothers, I'm like, they're not brothers.
Yeah. You got
Spectrum.
you got one that's like very calm and chill and to himself, and then you got another one that's all open and a
Just-
brace and just blasting everybody.
You had like let me see, what in terms of music, because I think of everything in terms of music. Yeah, one that was like Tupac, and one that was like Carlos Santana.
Yeah.
Just very,
Yeah.
hey, we're all love, we're all peace, we're all love. And so at this point, I think the spectrum or the midway point is shout out to drop the echo. Drop the echo
Here we
for
go. Ready? Get ready, people. Here we go.
Shut
In
up.
3, 2.
shout out to Uncle Victor out in New Mexico. Go. Who was supposed to be here with us, but he's gotta take care of business. Tio Victor, what up? And so I feel like he, at least in that family tree, was kind of like the middle ground, more on the Tio Pepe side, but he can still ring it back in.
Somewhat of an equalizer.
Yeah.
Because then we have our Uncle Chewy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Uncle Vic, who is the youngest out of all these dudes, and
Oh, Vic.
Uncle Vic, him and our
A simple farmer, maybe cow milker,
yeah, but
smoker, and found his way.
but would still fuck somebody up in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But at this point, he's very Rick Rubin. Yo, I'm
Chilled
outta
out.
here.
Yeah,
Chill
really,
out.
very relaxed, very away, very calm, in which I don't blame him. It's the way it's got to be, I guess.
Yeah.
After
his life.
many years of the youth life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is, family tree, everyone. Whether you're going to go see someone in another country or you're going to remember someone who was a certain way and who wasn't this way and who was that way, or someone who's still around who's just like chilled out. That's your family tree.
Yeah. For better or for worse. And,
For better, for worse, to acknowledge or to not acknowledge.
Yeah. And I think my thing is, my takeaway is for everybody listening out there to this handsome voice and looking at this handsome motherfucker across from me.
Well, they're not gonna see me. Well, I think they will see me.
They're gonna see your ass.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button one more time. Boop, 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 boop. But you choose who you bring into the fold, who you leave out, and it's irrespective of like the traditional family tree. There are friends that become brothers and vice versa. So
Yeah.
that is my moral for the story. My little Mr. Rogers head ass, nugget.
You're
And,
you're Mr. Rogers right now. Hey kids.
Hey kids, just remember that everybody's your family.
Everybody's your family. At least the good ones, yeah.
The good ones. And the world is there for your oyster. So, yeah, man, family trees, shit, I'm an honored guest. We can keep going, shit, because we can talk about me and Jimmy, shit. We can talk about anything. Talk about
Beer.
yeah, wrestlers,
Beer,
music,
pop culture,
camping trips.
camping trips,
That'll be an episode for another day.
women, what else? Adventures. Like it's endless. It's endless. It's nonstop, and
Existential crises.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's
Earthquakes,
earthquakes.
crazy ass earthquakes.
El Sereno.
El Sereno.
That-
Anybody from El Sereno out there? Post a comment. ESR.
leave that one for that's a special for you and
Yeah, we'll touch base. Everything. Nothing is forgotten and sealed. Somewhere I'll come back to it, or we'll come back to it, and we'll make it happen.
yeah.
All right. But for this one, anything else? Chico.
Yeah, so
RawLA.
for everybody listening out there, I got a little party going out in LA called Bounce, because you gotta bounce your ass.
Throw it out there.
You gotta bounce your tits. I'm saying it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta bounce your head, and I think bounce is like part of the culture of LA. Whether you're into hip hop, whatever, rap, R&B, heavy metal, whatever music, the West Coast, we bounce. And so, hit me on IG bounce_LA, and we're cooking up some shit. So,
What is this? Like a gathering, a party, or
yeah, it's
is it like a what is it called?
it's a function.
Yeah.
And so it's a quarterly function for Black and brown folks to get together in LA, natives, to actually have community, have a space to just hang out, network, talk about what they're doing, whether they're DJs, professionals, professors, artists, musicians, and, or, on a lesser degree, if you're single, like, boom, you might find your wife or husband here. So
just show up. Just show up. That's all you got to do.
Show up and spread them cheeks.
Yeah, have a good time.
Slang that dick.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this is a adult show. So, but all kidding aside, it's it's a way for us to for me to build community.
And when is this, or what's going down, or when?
And the next one is the second one was November 19th, and the next one's supposed to be, what did I say, end of March.
Oh,
So,
you got
TBD.
okay.
Yeah, so March. So we're cooking on volume 3. So
Volume 3 is coming up at the end of March, and what was it again? IG
bounce_LA.
bounce_LA. Man, if you guys show up, it's gonna be badass. That's for dang sure.
Yeah. A lot of nalga and verga for y'all. So I know
having fun and all that.
but above all, just networking. So that's all I gotta say.
There you go, everybody.
Shout out to 0 Hour having me.
Lord BAMF.
Lord BAMF over here, like having me as a special guest. Last minute on a fleeting family moment.
Hey, that's how we do it. We gotta keep moving, whatever time it is. 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Hey, we gotta make things happen.
It don't stop.
It don't stop.
And so for all of those, ¿cómo se dice? For all of you that don't know, like BAMF motherfucker, like he can rip and shred. So we gotta get him like on a solo. We gotta get like a BAMF 0 Hour like unplugged on here with the guitar. What's up?
Oh man, that's for the future. That's for later on. We're moving, but we're moving at a good pace, and all whatever 800 or subscribers. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah.
1,000 by the time this comes out.
Here we go to 1,000
1,000.
and beyond.
Chico DeVille.
Here we go.
Set us off with the sound effect, the phaser. Chico DeVille. Set us off. And we out. Out. Happy New Year.